it be another bond hearing, Michael? Could
No,
they...
no. I think what ends up happening here is the judge allows it in, Mike. I think he does that because I don't think this was something that was done on purpose, right? Because that's one of the things they look at. And ultimately, let both sides testify, let the jury decide. You know, let the jury decide whether they believe that these are really jokes, right? You listen to Kim Jensen, you listen to the detective, and you figure out, you know, that way. I think that's the best and fairest way. So when I look at her testimony, though, I think about her in the context of the trial. And I think this type of testimony is, I think, very helpful for the defense. If they call her at trial and she gives this testimony, gives us a real sense of who Shanna Gardner is. She was part of church, part of this group, seemed like a good person, struggling with a tough relationship with a guy who didn't really seem like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, she has a track record of not attracting people that are really on her team. If these text messages are introduced, obviously they'd have to bring in Kim Jensen, and Kim Jensen would have to come in there and testify and say these were jokes, these were hyperbole. Again, there's too many coincidences for the defense in this case. If these text messages are brought in and she's joking about a hitman, and there was a hitman, and Henry Tennant actually is testifying that he was hired as a hitman, I feel like this would be the case for the defense. Definitely for Mario. I mean, if these text messages were brought in, I know that these messages were between, you know, Shanna and her friend, but I mean, the walls would be closing in. And hey, maybe if these text messages are brought in, and maybe if all of this stuff keeps going the way it is, maybe we'll see Mario and Shannon start, you know, crossing paths, and you know, one taking a plea to testify against the other. We don't know.
It hadn't happened yet. I'm a little surprised.
I'm anticipating that might exactly happen. But let's not forget, just as another point, the judge has already thrown out information in this case, communications that the state looked at that were actually attorney-client privilege.
Yes,
so there's a record of from the jail. So it's possible that she could throw them out. So
but not only that, the prosecution is denying that they didn't provide them. The prosecution says, no, we did give that information to the defense. So there's also that dispute between the two sides.